Welcome back to another episode of The Perspective. I'm your host, Brooklyn Ladies, back with another good episode for you today here on The Perspective, the perspective of Brooklyn Ladies. Today we're going to be talking about Justin Hunt, aka the company's man, thoughts on Juju Watkins. But before we get into that, I want to say shout out to all my subscribers, supporters, people who hit the like button, people who holler at me in the comments. You already know you talk to me, I'm gonna talk back. Shout out to the people who donated to the channel using the Cash App, using the Zelle. I appreciate you guys. Shout out to the people who give me feedback and tell me that they like the type of videos I do. They like my personality. They like the fact that I'm laid back. They like the voice. They like the fact that I'm unbiased when I talk about these players. I'm listening. I'm listening to you guys. Thanks for the feedback. I appreciate it. With that said, we're gonna get right into the video. For the people who don't know who Justin Hunt is a really dope individual and a really big deal in the hip hop community. He's been around for years. A really great journalist. And for the people that's a part of my community, he reminds me of KSAP from Simply Ball Dropping. Why do I say that? Both Justin Hunt and KSAP, Justin Hunt, aka the company man, right? And KSAP from Simply Ball Dropping, both of them provide panels of knowledgeable people to help the conversation of either WNBA, if we talking WNBA, or in just in case hip hop, right? They both lead panels of great knowledgeable people, and they both extend their grace, extend their knowledge to help others. So they remind me a lot of each other. I didn't know that Justin was into women's basketball, so this is dope that I'm finding it out because I'm a huge fan of his. And for the people who don't know him, definitely go subscribe to his channel. And if you're into hip hop and you want to get good journalism, that's definitely a great place to start. But without further ado, let's get into Justin's thoughts on Juju Watkins.
Who are your favorite one or two players on your team?
Juju Watkins, of course. You know, I think if Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are Magic and Bird, then Juju is Jordan.
Right.
And I think she's a transcendent player in women's basketball, but basketball in general. And then Kennedy Smith. I think that if Juju is Jordan, then Kennedy Smith is Scottie Pippen because her arms are long, her defense is crazy, and the tenacity that they play on both ends of the court.
So I like your analogy. Tell me the what most special about Juju? What? Yeah.
I think Juju has a flair for the moment. I think that she's a competitor on both ends of the floor. You know, for her to come in as a true freshman at USC last year, they ended up winning the Pac-12 championship. Made it to the Elite Eight, if I'm not mistaken. And this year, she had to play it's almost entirely different game, right? They got Kiki Iriafen from Stanford to come down. They had TVO come from Oregon State, so she has seasoned players she has to play with now. And then they had one of the top recruiting classes. So you have Heckle, you have Avery Howell, and a few others on the bench that are just brand new players, right? So she has an all-new team. And this team is better than the team was last year. They moved to a new conference. They win the regular season. I think they're in a great position to potentially win the Big Ten tournament and knock off the number one team, undefeated UCLA hometown rivalry.
Yeah.
You know, so, and then the first game she put up 38 and 8 blocks, something crazy. And then the second game she had another 32 as well. So, you know, even today, you know, today's game against Indiana was, I think, probably a little closer than a lot of the Trojan community would have hoped it would have been.
Okay.
But, you know, at the end of the day, she had 31 and 10, and they pulled out, you know, 5-6 point victory from a very tough, very good Indiana team who's been good for years now. And Garzon, and I'm going to mess her name up, Caesar, the point guard, you know, big game players. And on both ends of the court, there's Juju Watkins, you know, making a difference.
Yeah, so there you have it. That's Justin Hunt talking about his USC Trojans. And he knows the stuff, man. I was surprised because I watched a lot of Justin videos, and it's all hip hop. I never knew that he was a huge women's basketball fan. So that was refreshing to know. He actually said something I thought was interesting. I've heard the Juju Watkins comparison to Jordan before, but I never heard the Kennedy Smith compared to Pippen before. I actually like that analogy. That's a really dope analogy. And then he knew about all the new players who came over. He knew about the conference change. He knew his stats. He knew about the rivalry between USC and UCLA. So he knew his stuff, man. I was really surprised, and I agree. I agree with everything he said in this video. So shout out to Juju Watkins. Shout out to USC. Shout out to Justin Hunt. You guys hit me in the comments. Tell me what you thought about Justin's comments. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Yeah, man. And tell me what you think about this video. I appreciate you guys for watching. Like I said, hit the like button, subscribe. Help me get to 500. And everybody have a blessed night, man.